Hello, guys. Welcome to Bravo While Black.
Hello. Hello, you beautiful people. We have finally stepped our pussy up and we have literally one of our inspirations. We always tell you guys, Mixing with Monty and mainly Bravo are our two beautiful black queens that we have, decided to enter the Bravo fan podcast sphere with. Before we even made our page, before we made our podcast, it was always them. We had Mixing with Monty a few times. She's become one of our favorite cousins, of course. And now we finally have Miss Raven,
Yes,
who's
yes.
better podcast, mainly Bravo on Instagram. How are you, you gorgeous girl?
Oh my God. I'm doing great. What an intro. Thank you.
Yes, of
Y'all are so
course.
sweet all the time. Like I can't with the
We
compliments.
So we just want to get to know you and, how you got started in this crazy Bravo fan page community. We've been here
Mhm.
about a solid, I would say technically like 7, 8 months, but a solid 6 months we've been in this community, the podcasting community and then the fan page community. But we've always been Housewives fans and, Vanderpump
Yeah.
Rules fans. But how did you get into this? And tell
Oh,
us like your first love. What made you fall in love with Bravo? And kind of maybe what made you fall out of love with Bravo before
yeah.
giving it a chance again, if that happened.
so I it's weird to say now, but it started from the beginning with Real Housewives of Orange County. My mom was watching it. I was in high school. Like that is
Yeah.
crazy that we've even been like watching this stuff for that long. But was watching that. I was like, "Oh, this is cool," cuz I was into reality TV like way before I should have been. Like watching The
Yeah.
Real World and like whatever else was on MTV, VH1. So I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it."
Hmm.
So I liked them. And then it was like New York, I think. And I was like, with them from the beginning. I was like, oh, I don't know about this one. And then Atlanta, we were like, Black people? Okay.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
it just went from there. I've been with them ever since. We had a little something over the summer, where I was mad at them, but I've pretty much been with them since
Yeah.
2006, I guess.
So then what made you like what came first, the Instagram page or the podcast? For people who don't know Bitches Better podcast, there was no fallout. I know that you guys know that it was originally two hostesses, but now she's flying solo, but there's no drama with it.
No.
Um, how did you start creating content around Bravo?
So I actually started on Twitter. I made a Twitter account because I just wanted to like talk to people about the shows. I really just had like my mom and Gabby to talk to. And I was like, I
Hmm.
want more. Like at any time of the day, I want to talk about this. So
Right.
I got on there and I was like, oh my God, I did not realize there were so many people that were like obsessed with it. And I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
And then Sam, Bravo historian, was actually like, why aren't you on Instagram? Like, why don't you have a page? And I was like, I don't do memes. I just like do tweets. She was like, literally just post that. It's the same thing. And I was like, really? And so then I just started that like the end of 2019. And
Mhm.
then we started the podcast January of 2020.
So did you listen to Bravo podcasts or did you just like jump
Yeah.
right in?
I listened to Danny Pellegrino's
Of
and
course.
I listened to Two Judgy Girls for a little while and then I kind of fell off with them. No real reason. I just didn't and Watch What
Yeah.
Happens, of course, because they're like a whole other
Those, yeah.
they're something completely different and they're hilarious. So
So, do you find working on Instagram easier than creating content on Twitter?
easier.
Because I
I
hear
don't know.
some people say, Instagram, like with UKO, you say you like
Yeah. I'm
put posting
definitely
your
a
memes on
bigger
Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram person because on Twitter it's like you can hashtag and sometimes you get a response, but with Instagram it's like these people are following you, they're gonna see it. they're either going to agree or disagree, or they'll like out of pity. On Twitter, it's like you're literally out there screaming to the void, hoping someone
Twitter,
follows you.
yeah,
Like,
it's
someone will literally like just hit you up out of nowhere and like talk about nothing on Twitter. I'm like, this is not what I'm saying at all.
you missed the point.
It's
They
true.
do that over there. It's a completely different world. I think I definitely have more fun on Instagram. I think
Yes.
more people have fun on Instagram. Twitter, I kind of stepped away from a little while unintentionally, but it was like every time I went on there, it was like some bullshit. And I was like, I'm not having fun. I'm gonna go back to Instagram and like
Exactly.
laugh at something because y'all are mad.
I get it. I get
So
it.
yeah, they'll come for you over there for like no reason. Somebody the other day, I tweeted about the Tiffany Mann's her lower level being better than Ramona's because it just looks
So
better,
much
right?
better.
And they're
It's
like,
so much
Ramona's
better.
house is more, costs more, and blah
Oh
blah
my
blah.
God. We
And
don't
you're
care.
stupid. And I was like, oh, it's okay, but I still like hers better. So
Yeah. Like at the
It's
end
like,
of the
what,
day.
what do you
I
want me
don't
to do?
care. Yeah. So I don't know. People are crazy, but it's
So
okay.
what is it like being a woman of color in the Bravo like meme page podcast universe?
Oh my God. It changes every day, I feel like. um uh I will say it's a lot more fun now that there's more of us. Like I'm so happy that more pages are popping up and I feel like I'm not like the only one. Because even before like everything that happened over the summer with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, I felt like me and Monty, those are the only two that I could think of before
Yeah.
all of that
That's what I
happened.
always say.
And would be like talking about this stuff, and you know how people react with their bullshit and attacking, and it's like, oh God, like I'm so tired, it's really just the same. I feel like it's just being like Black in America, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just tired.
It is.
We have
harder.
fun, but it's like exhausting sometimes to just be fighting with people over stuff that's like really not up for discussion.
Yeah, and it's like it's insane how comfortable people feel. Like even with us, okay, like you go on your profile, you're clearly like a beautiful Black woman. Our Instagram handle, our entire brand is Bravo While Black, right?
Mhm.
And we still get like these nasty comments about liberalism, about Antifa, about QAnon, about Trump 2020, about all this stuff. And I'm like, why would you come to my safe space?
Right.
I'm clearly Black.
Right.
I made it known that I was Black.
This is all on purpose.
Then, like do all this shit, and then on the other side it's like sometimes I worry, I'm like, well, maybe I'm not saying enough for Black people, but at the same time it's like I don't want to speak for all Black people,
right?
And I don't want to, like, if a Black person feels some kind of way and I feel a different kind of way, I want them to have their feelings and me to have my feelings. And I'm gonna have your back, but I don't have to like agree with you. So I kind of just feel like it's so tricky.
Yeah.
Especially when they do like these different kind of like movements you see pop up, and some of them feel cancel-y, but then some of them feel like this is a teaching moment, and then it's just like, what do I engage in? What do I not engage in?
Right. And then they're looking at you like, well, why didn't you post like whatever? And it's like, well, I don't know, maybe because I didn't feel like it. I don't feel like I have to all the time.
It's
not
so
like my
frustrating
responsibility.
Like, right.
You need to do it.
Exactly. Like you're literally telling me to do it, so how about you do it?
Yeah,
like
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I love when people, send me things, because it's like, okay, you're thinking of me. You're thinking of me. Thank you for thinking of me, and thank you for knowing that I find that shit offensive. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to speak on literally everything, because there's some racist shit going on every day. So if it's
all the time.
If it's like minuscule, then
yeah, don't.
It's whatever,
I don't want to see it.
And then on
now
top
I'm
of that, you're a normal human being. Like, we just came here to talk shit about Bravo. Like,
right.
I think we want to address what we want to address. If we feel passionate about it, then we'll address it. But we don't want to have to like feel forced to address something. And I noticed that a lot. Like, did you guys see this? It's like, yeah, I seen it, but I'm a normal human being, and right now I want to talk about Housewives.
Yeah, give me
exactly.
a break.
It's like crossing that line, because I do feel a certain responsibility. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say something for Black Bravo watchers, but it's like I'm not gonna keep going after it, and especially when non-people of color keep sending it to me. I'm like, okay, well, you see that this is wrong, right? You're an ally, right? So how about you handle it, big dog? And I'll be over here. I already said what I wanted to say, and then I'm going to continue creating content and thirsting over John Moody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally it.
Right,
That's
because
what
at the end of the day, it's like I feel like everyone should realize by now, like Black people and people of color have been saying the same shit for years, and it doesn't matter. Nobody listens really whenever we say it. It has to be like white people doing it. So like, while I appreciate you sending it to me and all of that, but like, I need for you to do it. I know I have a platform and I'll say whatever whenever I want to, but like, they're not really listening, unfortunately. Like seriously.
You want to get down to it, yeah, because even just the support of Black Lives Matter has decreased so dramatically, like, from where it was in like May, June. And then even just with Bravo watchers, I see the same thing going on, like with the whole Southern Charm thing, and like Catherine, they're literally talking about, oh, why are they bullying Catherine? And I'm just like,
can I tell you,
y'all
when I
are
saw
literally
that,
reading all of these books and learning to be anti-racist, but you are thinking that Catherine is being bullied.
Yeah,
What
and I haven't watched that because like I just know it's like not good for me at this time. Yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch it right now. But I was seeing those comments and I was like, what happened? What happened? Because I know like what happened. She couldn't have done anything to make everyone be like, yeah, she's fine, everything's fine, like, and stop being so mean to her. Like, what?
Insane. It's what they're like talking about too, but we talked about it on the last podcast. But I just know that I wanted to protect Vanita because Vanita was minding her Black ass business. And Catherine wanted to say, Austin decided to say every woman on this boat is against Catherine. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about everyone on the boat, but Vanita was clearly minding her Black ass business. So how about Austin shut the fuck up, exactly as Leva said, and we're gonna be all right. It's just literally so triggering.
Always shut the fuck
so
up.
So annoying. Yeah.
And it's really annoying because it's like, even if she felt the way, she's entitled to feel away because that was very offensive.
It affected her. Exactly.
Right.
She was the one.
That's what people forget, that part. It's like,
I can't.
She's supposed to just be quiet and just like sit there and just be like, oh yeah, it's cool. Like,
she was nice enough too, like to even film with her, and especially Leva, to even like film with her and have that patience and like try to coach her through things, and then for everyone to protect Catherine.
It couldn't have been me. I would have been on the boat.
Nope, me neither. I don't have the patience in the night. Like, that's one thing that I have seen happening. Like, some Black people that are just like angels, truly, like explaining things and like having patience, because I have zero patience. I have a very short fuse, and so like, it's not going to be nice when I say it. And if you don't get it the first time, like, it's too fucking bad. Talk to somebody else. It's not me.
Like, if I was on that boat, I'd be like, yeah, you think so? I'll sink this shit. Like, let's not. No, because that was literally so aggravating. Like, I had to literally go eat a cool pop after.
A cool pop?
So, how about a freeze cup? A lily jelly. So tell us all about the Bitches Better podcast. I know you said you started it in January.
Yes.
Of last year.
Yeah.
So how did that, really, like, we know how it came about because of your love of Bravo, you and Gabby's love of Bravo, but like, how did it get to where it is now? Because you are always on the charts, honey. You own the charts. You're like the freaking Beyonce.
You need to stop it. You have to stop.
I do.
I always get your name. Like, I love it.
Oh my God.
The show.
It's so ridiculous. Y'all, when I tell you, like, we, for the longest time, I feel like this is what everyone's story is with the podcast. Like, we should start a podcast. For like a year. And then like, then you finally do it. And we were ready and we didn't have a name. And I had like in my notes, like in my phone, this long list of just like horrible, stupid names that were like so bad. I was trying to find it earlier. I couldn't. I probably deleted it. Get rid of the evidence. But it was like we had a bunch of Housewives like quotes and stuff. And "is bitch better" was one of them. And then I was like, I don't think I want it to be a question. Like, I don't want to have a question mark in there.
It
like,
is better.
Let's on it. Exactly. Like, where bitch is better. There it is. And it was just like that.
Keeping it real.
It came naturally.
So what is your creative process when it comes to the podcast? Like, would you say that you are a recap gal? Are you a commentating gal? Are you an interviewing gal? Are you a mix of everything? Like, when it comes to Bitches Better, what is your creative process when you're putting together a podcast?
Yeah, definitely like a recap commentary. Mostly as I'm starting to have guests, maybe like a little bit interviewee, but like not really. I still want it to feel like a conversation, like what y'all are doing. Yeah, I think I would be a bad interviewer. You know, like like some people have guests like every single time and they have like all these questions. Like, I can't do it. It has to be, I'm just not good at that.
No, it makes total sense.
I get it, especially in this community, because it's like we're just gonna keep asking the same questions, like how'd you get your start, how'd you do this, how'd you do that, and it's like after a while that's gonna get pretty boring. So I feel like you have to incorporate it into like a conversation.
Yeah, you can do some interviews and then you do some like solo pods and you do some commentary and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's what we're like working on, trying to find our balance, because at first we didn't even know like guests were a thing really, and then people asked us on and I'm like, you want us to talk on your podcast? Like, why
having our first guest, we were like,
so
how do we even let them in the room? Like,
like, do you like bread? Like, I don't know. Like, what do we talk about?
It's such like a crazy process, and you're just like constantly learning new things. Like, oh, didn't know how to do that. Let me think.
And then Zoom sometimes works perfectly, and then Zoom. Well, I don't want Zoom to hear me. So Zoom kind of acts like an asshole kind of sometimes. So then it's like a stressful process, and especially when you have like a big guest on, because we had Ashley Darby on.
Like,
one of our
what the fuck? That was huge.
We had her on, and like she was literally a beautiful angel. She was so nice. She's so down to earth. And like we were just so nervous, like trying to like set everything up. We were like running a little bit late that day. She was already in the room. We were like, hey, and then like it's just like this woman that we see like on TV, because we had already went to the Potomac, the Bravo little Zoom preview party, but it was just like us and her. So it was like, instead of asking one question, we had like a whole list, and we didn't know how she would react. And she ended up being the most bubbly, nice like person ever. And then we recently had Peter on, which we're going to release later, from Vanderpump Rules, and he was a little bit more awkward, and it was hilarious because
that tracks.
We found our groove with him, because he's just he's an awkward person. So it was adorable. Like, it wasn't like a nervous thing awkward. So it was like, that's Peter.
Yeah, it's like, we're awkward, you're awkward. So
like, let's just be awkward together.
Group. Yes,
exactly. So did you see Housewives of Atlanta on Sunday?
Oh yes.
I personally feel like this was like such a fun, like the ending obviously is going to be Kenya and Portia, but I felt like it was a fun episode. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, people are calling the season boring, but at the same time it's like, what do you want them to do? We're in a panoramic, and you have to be like tested all the time. You have to like do all this stuff. Like, they're making it work. They're being honest about the quarantine weight, which is what I appreciate most about the season.
Too.
So it's just like, This episode was hilarious because of Kenya's singing and just the shadiness of it all. Marlo and then Latoya having Kenya's nudes. What did you feel about this episode?
Same as you. It was fun. And like you said, people are saying that this season is boring. And I'm like, it's not boring. It's just, like you said, we're in a panorama. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
what do you, they're doing the best they can. And so we can't have as many group things, I guess. Cause like, that's one thing that, you know, we don't see them all together all the time.
Right.
Drew is like doing her own thing. And you know,
And her husband, child.
get him out of here.
Please.
I actually feel like this season is better than the last season. Like these few
Really?
episodes, I do.
That's no, I understand why you would say that, because I think that, like, you know, it was missing Nene and then Nene came and the balance was off. So it was awkward.
And even when she was there, was she really there? It's like
she
No.
wasn't really there.
somebody totally different. I think they needed somebody new to the mix too, which is Drew.
Yeah,
you know,
love
because
Drew.
I love Drew. We got tired of I'm not gonna say we got tired of Eva, but we kind of like
I did. I did.
Well, somebody said it. Somebody said it.
Why did Latoya have Kenya's nudes though? Can we like, because I feel like that wasn't talked about enough.
Yeah, like
Kenya, is she in love with her? What is happening? What's going on?
Like, I know that Kenya has a girl crush, and I thought it was cute at first, and now I'm like, are they dating? Like,
that's what it seems
like a full nude though, and then like also Bravo literally showed it, like ass and all, and I'm just like,
nothing was blurred out. Like, okay,
she has a beautiful body. Like that's not what I'm getting at. It's just that the way that this came about. The other thing that I feel like people, you know, not people, but some people don't understand is that this is the first time that we are seeing, because Potomac taped way earlier than everything else, like they got pushed back. We're seeing Black women go through all of this trauma.
That too.
Like George Floyd and like Breonna Taylor and all these marches and all like the fallout from it. We're seeing them go through that as Black people. So it's like, can you give them even more of a break? Because like we're in a pandemic, we're getting killed. We have to see what's going on. And then even against their own network, like there's a lot of questioning Bravo and Bravo trying to do this and firing and not firing. And like, it's just like, yo, this is a good season for what's going on.
Yeah,
but as far as Latoya, I think that she is trying to train up to be the next like villain, because there's usually like always two villains, but I don't know if it's going to work out, because she came off to people as kind of an asshole more than a fun, shady kind of person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then it's also that she's like kind of kissing Kenya's ass, like maybe that's literally.
Right. Probably. Yeah, I like her, but I think that she is doing a little bit too much. You know what I mean? I think she's being herself, but like really like revving it up, and like, don't do that. Just relax. Because I feel like you have it, and just do that. You know what I mean? And then the Kenya part is making it worse. I like Kenya, but it's like, you don't really want to hitch your wagon to that horse. Is that how that goes? I feel like a housewife now. I'm saying this shit wrong.
Like Ramona.
I'm like Ramona. Yeah, like don't do that right off the bat. That was a choice.
Yeah, and like Marlo tried to like warn her, like, hey, this bitch is gonna tell your business. So
yeah, let's see that happen. I want to see what would happen then.
You know who we don't deserve though? Ace. Oh my God. Ace, literally, like, I have a cold Capricorn heart, but just hearing Ace, like, just hearing Ace be sad that Riley is gone, and he's like, it's gonna clean up for her. And I'm just like, oh, my ovaries, but also let me take my birth control. Like,
I know, how thoughtful. He's like, that bitch don't know how to clean nothing. I'm gonna help her. What little boy? Oh my God.
Literally.
I did not understand that at all. And like that's what I'm
Please,
here.
Aaron, chime in. Like
That's what I'm here to talk about. How do you
I'm not here to talk about.
know how to clean the bathroom? That was so disappointing for me because number one, they live in Atlanta. My mom is from the South, and I was cleaning bathrooms at 11 years old, 12 years old.
Right,
so
elementary school.
I don't understand how you're about to go to college and she's looking at the bathroom like how? Like what? I'm like, Candy didn't.
No.
And it's like, even when you have a cleaning service, like between the cleaning lady coming, you should know how to keep your house somewhat clean. You know, you didn't know how to make ice. Okay, we let that go.
And we shouldn't have. That's when we should have known.
It was just a little bit weird. I don't care what cleaning lady you have. Even if my mom had 8 cleaning ladies, she would, before I went to college, before I went to middle school, before I left 5th grade, she would be like, this is how you clean a bathroom. This is how you warm up noodles. This is how you put ice in the ice maker. It's just like simple things.
She didn't prepare her at all.
And then even when they were doing it, she's like, are you serious? Or are you just like, yeah.
I guess because Candy is street smart.
Is she? Is she? She's street smart. Okay.
I don't know. So like, is Riley's bathroom just like fucking dirty all the time? Or like, that's what I'm curious. Like, I want to go in there and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I think that they have a cleaning lady that comes probably like twice a week. And like, she's used to that. But the way that I was raised and the way that my mom, like even at a hotel, like I cannot leave the hotel room messed up. Like I have to make the bed. I have to put all the towels in one area.
Oh my God, we all have the same mom.
Literally beat my ass like, across the country. Like
and my mom's cleaning standards are like so ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. Like things that people wouldn't even see. And I feel like crazy that I'm seeing them now. And I'm like, you don't see that? Like with my boyfriend, I'm like, it's dirty. He's like, no, I don't see what you're talking about. And I'm like, well, if Faye was here.
Like I'll clean my sink and then my mom will come and clean it again. And I'm just like,
you can do it right. You need
so I'm just like, and even having, we're talking about Candy, but having Mama Joyce, did you never go to her house?
It's weird.
And like,
you could tell she was the grandma. Riley probably did not go over to Mama Joyce's house as a matter of fact. That was like the worst possible thing to her probably because she knew she was going to be cleaning up. Because even going to my grandma's house, I am 24 years old. And going to my grandma's house, she's like, okay, are you going to wash your plate? Are you going to help me clean this kitchen or what?
Yeah, like
what are we doing?
Exactly.
So that's like, that's the standard. You go to your grandma's to eat, and in exchange, you do her laundry, you might wash the dishes, wipe off the table, take your shoes off at the door. That's just the norm to me. Even visiting my mom, it's the same shit. It's like I'm there for a week and I'm cleaning the house like I live there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just rich people. I don't know. No, I can't really.
I can't even fathom how to even, like, I wouldn't even expect Sonia's kid to say that. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't expect the richest of the rich, like Beverly, even Kyle's kids to say that, or Lisa. Okay, I would expect Lisa Rinna's kids to say that for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I can't imagine any other, especially Black Bravo celebrity child, saying that they don't know
the Black
how to.
Part, right? I don't know.
But you know what's crazy? I actually think that Rinna's kids know how to clean a bathroom. Like,
really? Because she literally was so like specific about a house that she wasn't paying for, like an apartment that she wasn't paying for, that I feel like she automatically like expected cleaning services to come along with that luxury apartment. She's like, no, I need 2 bedrooms or some shit. I'm just like,
well, maybe that's what Riley expects. Like, why would I clean it? You're not sending me a cleaning lady? Like, what? Is she living in a dorm?
No, she's living in an apartment.
I
Definitely
knew
has to
it.
be
I
living in
want
an
to see
apartment.
Riley in a dorm room with the cinder block walls. And
Not
like
the cinder
disgusting
block.
back. Yes, I
You're
want to
sending
see
her
that.
to jail.
Well,
I think that's
I did it.
That's more of Noelle's storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Noelle definitely knows how to clean a bathroom.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Yeah, she does.
sure.
She's
Cynthia's
good.
mom and Mallory, like she definitely knows. how
Not
to-
Mallory.
I
Yeah,
want to blame
no,
Mallory
you
because
don't
it takes a village. Like in Black
Yeah.
households, it's
It
the
does.
aunt, it's the mom, it's the grandma, and it's like you're going to do what you need to do.
like
It's true.
collectively,
Mhm.
you're gonna clean this damn bathroom.
Yes.
Speaking of Noelle, Noelle, and I think her girlfriend have broken up. I
Oh,
heard it on Wendy Williams, and I think that sucks because they had like the nicest or the cutest quarantine romance. Like she was even quarantining with Cynthia and Mike at one point, but on Wendy Williams, Cynthia said that Noelle is single, so that definitely sucks.
aw.
I knew that
They
wasn't
all
gonna last
sad.
long.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing
Why?
about young love.
Because they're young.
They're
It's a me
young,
too.
and then on top of that, Noelle's attitude, like she just seems like, you know, she wants to try a bunch of things. That's how I feel.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
switched like majors from like something very serious to I want to do acting and modeling.
And I'm like,
I love
So
that for
quick.
her.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like no, honey, like you don't have to.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
but listen, hopefully she finds somebody else. You know, Diggy Simmons is also single. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, Cynthia said that right now she's mainly into like girls. So
Okay, yes.
Okay.
maybe Ruby Rose or something like that.
Not Ruby. Isn't Ruby Rose a bit too old?
Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
Ruby Rose
Ruby
is the
Rose is
question.
like the
I forgot about her.
The one from Orange is the New. I always take her back to Orange is the New Black, but in real life, like she's played Batwoman. Listen,
I did not know that.
yeah,
Well, I'm not.
I'm just trying. Well, who would you want her to date? The Brat is way older.
Maybe
Like,
Raven
Yes.
Simone.
Raven Simone. Ruby Rose is younger than Raven Simone, honey, and Raven Simone is married with a T at the end. Like,
Ooh,
let's
that's
get that
true.
straight.
Okay,
It
the
seems
brat.
like all the good girls
The
are
Brat.
married. Isn't the
Like a
Brat
little-
married to BB Judy?
She is engaged to BB Judy, but the Brat is older than Ruby. You're
Judy.
telling me the people who are older than Ruby Rose when you just got on my ass about Ruby
He
Rose.
was
Sorry,
like,
I felt
forget
like
the age.
Right.
Raven plays younger characters. I don't know.
Oh, that she's playing a mom now, though. Like,
How old
is
is she?
Noelle ready to raise kids? Like, she's playing a mom on
Maybe.
Raven's home, and she's freaking married. So, regardless, you know what? Let's stop trying to
Raven's
play
out.
matchmaker.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
It's a few people I want to see her with, but I'm not going to say any names because I don't know about.
They're
their
all guys,
sexuality.
right? Yeah.
No, a few
Oh.
of them are girls. I was going to say maybe
China and
China
McClain.
McClain.
Yeah, I know you're going to say China McClain.
I hate you for knowing me
No,
so
they
well.
would, if China McClain, you know, is sexually fluid, they would make the cutest freaking couple.
They wouldn't. Age appropriate.
Yeah, age appropriate. I think that, you know,
How old is she?
just got to ask China McClain first. Like, you inbox them both, add them to a group chat, and be like, introduce yourselves.
Hey,
Like,
China.
Yes. I dare you.
we'll do it. That's
There
the
you
thing
go.
about us.
I love that.
So, how are we feeling about Drew's
Joe
husband?
Oh. Listen, Biden was literally such a main character in this last
I agree.
episode. So if you want to say, yeah, we haven't heard your take on Drew. How do you feel about Drew? And then we got to get into Joe Biden.
Okay. I liked Drew. I was not sure after the first episode because I thought maybe she was like doing a lot
Too
and
much.
she's like an actress, but I like her. But you know what? I really don't want to see her husband anymore. And so we have to fix that. I don't like he is, but like that triggers me every time
He's
he
a
like,
villain.
opens up his mouth. I'm like, I've dated a Ralph. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Literally.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to hear this gaslighting shit. Like, it's too much for me. So, and lately it's like just them two. Like, get away from him.
Yeah, like, go with the group.
Like, my husband is back from 3 days, and we're gonna have
from 3 days,
not from 3 days. Outside.
Yeah. Ew, no, get him out of here. But I like her. I think she's good. She's definitely given us a lot on her first season with all this marriage stuff.
Do you think she's coming to the next season?
I hope so. And I hope she comes alone. But
without Ralph, her Portia storyline.
Maybe he should run off with LaToya.
Wow.
That would be such, like,
I would watch it.
I definitely would watch it. And then Kenya, like, is mad about it. I'm extremely mad about it.
And then her and Drew beef.
Again, like, they're already beefing now.
I'm really into this fan fiction.
For no reason.
But then people would hate on that because then they would be like, typical Drew Sidora, stealing, like, typical Drew.
I want to talk about that. Like, number one, I am rewatching the game. I have watched 60 episodes in probably less than 60 minutes, honestly. Like, I've been watching the game back to back to back to back to back, just to refresh my memory, just because I have no life and just because I felt like it. Drew Sidora.
You don't need a reason.
In season 1, she is not the villain. And you guys are going to leave Drew Sidora alone because this is what happened. Okay.
I don't remember.
Tell him, because I was looking at everybody crazy in the first place.
Everyone, like, well, at first I thought that she was a villain because literally everyone's, and then I don't remember the game that much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember it too much because it was like on air on CW, then it moved, and then so now it's on Netflix, it's on Hulu, and I'm like, okay, so I'm watching it like back to back. It's a different experience because I'm older now. I can relate more. I can see what they fucked up, what they should have done, what they shouldn't have done. Drew Sidora is not the villain because Derwin actually kissed her in her trailer while he was messing around with Tia Mari. So then, like, they were engaged, and then Drew finds out, you know, at a party, at her own music video premiere party, that they're engaged. And like, the only thing that she did wrong is continue to mess with him after that. But Derwin, as usual, it's the man's fault, and the woman is getting blamed for it. So you guys need to leave Drew Sidora alone because they didn't do anything to Duran and Tia Mari's character. And I hope Drew hears this. Drew, I'm so sorry. You're not the villain. I've watched the tapes. I've read it over it.
Did you see the music video?
Yes, and the song. And I don't, like, okay, I definitely don't know why she played herself. Like, I don't remember her like as Drew Sidora,
person,
but she played Drew Sidora, which is fine. You know what? Whatever, because that just means that I can go on Riverdale and I can play Kaya. Yeah. So Drew Sidora, you are not the villain, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you.
And number 2, Tia Mori needs her clout in her awards for that scene. Right. When she finds out what's going on
outside of the club, she's like, punk ass Doran. And I'm like, oh
my God, on your knees, praying to God.
Oh my God, I have to rewatch it.
Please do.
Like some church boy.
She's like, yeah, church boy, punk ass Derwin with his punk ass contract.
You're a hypocrite.
Yep. And like, she decides to literally walk away, and then like her friends try to get her, and she's like, y'all some trifling bitches. And I'm like, yeah.
Because honestly, Tasha and Kelly before, they were not
they were terrible.
They tried to get them back together because they wanted her to get the ring. So I understand, as a Capricorn, I want you to get the bag. So I understand why they didn't tell her the first time. But, you know, looking back, it is wrong. But at the end of the day, everything was the man's fault because he shouldn't have been engaged to Tia Mari, kissing Drew Sidora, and now everyone hates Drew Sidora. And also, people hate the one girl that had the baby, Janae. At
I
the end
didn't
of the
like
day,
her, but not for that reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't like. I can't argue for Janae. I still don't like her. Don't know
Something
why.
upset about her
She-
spirit
Yeah.
didn't sit right with
She
mine.
grew
Didn't
on
agree.
me like later on.
Okay, well, maybe later on she'll
Yeah,
grow on me, but
we'll
right
see.
now, I don't have an argument for Janae. Janae, you still the villain, but Juicidora
You're
is
beautiful.
not. Yeah, gorgeous girl, but Juicidora is not the villain, and that's all I wanted to say, baby.
And neither is the stylist. Is it Dion?
The stylist? Oh, I'm not
it-
on that part
Oh,
yet.
the light skinned girl.
Yeah, she's like on the
Oh,
first.
the publicist.
Yes.
Yes.
Heck, yeah.
She's
Well,
not the villain either.
She's not the villain when it comes to Derwin, but when Tia Mari was trying to juggle her dudes and she was dating that, I think it was an important dude or whatever. And then she basically told her, like, if you give up this good man, I need me a good man. So me and this good man are going to get together. And they did get together.
No.
So that was kind of fucked up because at the end of the day, she was living with Tia Mari at that point and they were kind of friends. This is not the game
Awkward.
podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It is now.
Listen, this is Bravo While Black. Sometimes we, spew off
We
into
get off
some
track.
other shows. Okay,
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite thing to do.
now we gotta right, like going to rant,
Okay.
going to rant on why Juicidora is not the villain.
We
Okay.
go from Bravo to BET.
But now we need to talk about Joe Biden. We gotta go
Yes.
to fucking Washington.
I was so
Why did they
upset.
think he was going to be there? Seriously.
Cynthia was dead ass serious. Her
I
and Mike
was
were
too.
like speeding through. Even Aaron fucking tweeted,
I
"Oh
was
my
too.
God, we're gonna
Biden
have."
is going to be.
And
on
listen,
Housewives.
guys, I text Aaron and I'm like, he's not actually gonna fucking be
She's
there.
like, you know what? Never mind.
And,
Forget
I
it.
was just like,
Why is
you know what?
everybody mad?
I'll let you find out yourself. If
And
you
I'm
think
here.
that Joe Biden is gonna be on RHOA,
And I'm over
right
here
Could you
waiting
imagine?
patiently. I'm like, is he
I would
going to
love
bring
it.
Kamala out too to the Mary J. Blige?
So the Mary J.
song?
Blige song.
Oh my God. Because they were like, one of them was like, yeah, girl, he really wants the black vote. I was like, well, I'll give you that.
definitely-
That's what
That
got
was-
me. Honestly,
yeah.
that's what told me. I'm like, he's gonna be there. Like,
That's what made me like think about it. But then I was like, okay, get out of your ass for a little bit. Like he's not
you
gonna
were
be.
like, that's why Georgia came out to vote like
I
that.
was
They
so
were, like, they were at the
mad.
event.
Yes, literally.
I think
the
I
Real
was more
Housewives.
confused than Cynthia. Like once he entered the room with Mike, and I was like,
And like they
I
had to
see.
point at the. They're like, turn around. And they're like, they had to point at the little centerpiece thing, and then they realize the party's for them, but like they're not excited at all. And I'm like,
No.
I get it.
no, like
Because I'm
honestly,
like, where is Biden and Kamala?
that's literally fine. I want a party about me. Like I would have had a completely different reaction. Like
Yeah.
now, if they told me Drake was gonna be there, then
That's a different story.
I would definitely fight.
obviously.
yeah.
But how did they miss that when they walked in? It was large. It was a large.
They literally
was
like
too
stepped
busy
over it.
looking for Biden.
They're like, where is he? Is he in here yet?
Like
Where's the
me.
Secret Service? Like, what's going on?
I'm like, is he behind the curtains? Do they have? Because I understand he's a man. He's a very important man. Maybe they have him in a room somewhere, and he has to like wait to come out. You know, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's a little camera shy right now,
What? Camera shy?
snacking on some guac and chips.
But this is the thing. This is why I knew he wouldn't be on there because some loudmouth AT-alien would have leaked that Joe Biden will be making
Right.
a cameo on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Of course. I would have done it.
Not even the actual housewives. They could not go a minute without posting a picture or something.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
Somebody was gonna have on a church hat and stand at Joe Biden. I'm sure of it.
Pedro would like magically raise up out of nowhere. Like
Oh, a
I'm like,
dream.
especially Portia. This is her.
yeah,
thing,
after
like,
all she's been doing, Portia
Mhm.
absolutely should have been the first in line to meet Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And
Aw.
I stand on that. Like once he gets inaugurated or whatever, can't even say it. Once he get into office,
Yes.
Portia should be the first one like shaking his hand.
Agreed.
But
I
I
agree.
must say, I can't wait for Cynthia and Mike to get married.
Yeah,
On the
because I'm
show.
over that
You want
shit.
to?
I'm
Yeah.
so over that shit because we know how it ends up. And we know that she decides to have a 250 person wedding in a panoramic and doesn't care about anyone else's well being. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I've said it once and twice. I'll say it 3 times. There are people who can't see their loved ones dying in the hospital. There's virtual baby showers. There's people missing out on the first months of a child's life. And Cynthia wants 250 people at her second wedding on camera. Like,
It's so ridiculous. And she has to know, like, you look so stupid. Even if there was no COVID, like, you sound so silly.
yeah, she's like, I want
Acting
my
like you're
fairy
20.
tale,
No.
Like, is this The Bachelor? You want your
No.
fairy tale fucking wedding at your big age? Like,
No,
no.
grow up. You
And I
got the
could see
man.
Noelle being like, "No, mom, no."
That's why they didn't show
Yeah.
Noelle.
Yeah.
Like,
What are you
Exactly.
doing?
That's exactly what she's saying. And it's so stupid. She's acting like a brat. Like, girl,
yeah.
don't nobody care. You better just get married and call
Right.
it a day.
Yeah, I was looking at.
Stupid.
I forgot which profile it is, guys. If you know, let me know. I was reading something, and they were like, "There's so much that was shot for Atlanta that they're not showing. They're trying to rush to the bachelorette party storyline for some reason." And I'm like, "Damn, I kind of want to see the
They
bachelorette party, but also I want to know what other
Yeah.
footage was shot."
Why do they have to wait a minute?
Why
Wait
are
a
we
minute.
rushing?
Okay,
Yeah.
I actually forgot about the bachelorette party.
I won't.
And I forgot about that until you just said it because of all this wedding shit.
Yeah,
What would they be cutting out? I don't like that.
yeah.
Give
They
us
said that
whatever.
there's a bunch of RHOA footage that was cut out because they're rushing towards this bachelorette party storyline, and I'm just
What
like,
happens after it though? That you
yeah.
cut out all this stuff.
Well, I think that's the reason that they were filming for so. I don't even know if did they wrap yet.
I
Like,
don't know.
usually they wrap, but they had to keep stopping for COVID, which is why they
Mm.
didn't wrap like as soon as they usually wrap, which makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, it's like, why are you cutting out stuff? Like, they just came back. Cynthia just got married 10-10. That was
Yeah.
literally like not even
A couple months
barely
ago.
3 months ago. So, like, let's not rush to the wedding that I already don't want to see just to get to the whole bachelorette party storyline. Like, goodbye.
Huh.
And even with the Bachelorette storyline, I'm like,
I want to see it. I'm not gonna talk shit about that. I want to see that stripper lick that face shield. I want to
Ew.
know who's doing the
I
nasty.
don't know. I
wanna
just
know
did
what's
not
going
find
on.
that like.
Well, I have something to tell you.
As you can see, guys, Kaya love that shit. So
Yeah.
I mean, I want
Yeah.
to see it, but I'm not like, I want to see Kenya at that dinner table, like outing everyone. Well, not
Yeah.
everyone, obviously Portia and Tanya,
Yeah.
because that's who it is.
Shit
I
starting.
want to see the fallout. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see the process too, like what happened and the fallout. I definitely want to see that shit. But
I can't wait to see Tanya's facial expressions.
in her Canadian accent, like coming
What?
out when she's getting mad.
What?
Why are you saying that about me?
Oh,
Her and Trina
Kenya.
Braxton are first.
Yeah, they have to be. Trina Braxton has.
Why does Trina do that? I still think
Who's-
of one episode where one of them was like, "Mommy,
Who's-
where's Trina from?"
Yeah,
Why is she
that
talking
was
like that?
Tamar.
Yeah, why is she talking
We're gonna
like
go to
that?
Timor's house.
My use.
My house?
My use.
Are you gonna have it at my house? Oh my god.
Mommy. Like,
I love it though. I love
no,
it.
Tamar's mad. I don't know what she's mad about. Like, it's just too much.
This doesn't make any sense. Like, why
It's
does
like,
she
girl,
do
where
that?
are you from?
Really?
Are you okay? Yeah, and she does it so casually that I know that she's not putting it on. Like, she did that on Sister Circle. She did
And
it on
that's
Sister
the
Circle.
when I watched her on Sister Circle, I was like, oh, okay, maybe she's trying something new. But as time progressed, I'm like, okay, this is
That's so
obviously
her.
something she's holding on to. So it
That's
must
it.
be.
Well, that's why I
I like
decided
it.
to tell people that if they hear me with a British accent, even
Yeah.
on this podcast, after watching Bridgerton, don't say shit to me. Like,
no,
that's
honestly,
it.
mind your business.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
let me live.
We're gonna talk about Portia's house. That's how I'm gonna come on from now on, and you guys better.
your Canadian accent and my British accent, like,
I need
change
one.
the entire.
Where can I
We'll
be
do that
from?
shit for the fucking Patreon. Talking accents the whole time. And literally get canceled for offending the British and the
Yeah.
Canadians.
Cancel.
I can't.
I'm standing with you guys, not
Like, I am here in support of you guys.
so.
But anyways,
The
okay,
New Jersey trailer.
yes. How do you
Wow.
are you a Jersey stan? Because we're not really Jersey
No.
stans.
Oh, thank God. Not
Yeah.
thank God. But I feel like everyone is. I feel like now I'm in a safe space. Okay. Like
Yeah.
an extra safe space. I
Yeah.
have never loved Jersey. And
Thank you.
I can't put my finger on it. I have just never connected with them. And I
Mhm.
think I got really annoyed with the like family thing of it all. And I'm like, yeah, that's a different show.
That's
right?
Mob Wives.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
that-
Yes.
Mob Wives.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
Mob Wives.
It's a full circle
So-
moment.
Yes. So do something else with that. But like, it was a good like I'm gonna watch it. I watch it, but I'm just
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like passionately about it, which
Yeah.
is a nice. It feels like a break almost. you
Yeah,
know?
because it's
I
like
just watch it and I'm like,
for
whatever.
Potomac and for Atlanta, it's like we go up.
Yes,
you know, for them.
all the way
And
up.
now for me, Beverly Hills, I'm going up for Beverly Hills. So when
Oh.
it comes to Jersey, it's just like I
I'm
appreciate
not
what
going up.
Jersey's done. I appreciate that they're the ghettoist franchise.
Oh, they're so
And
ghetto.
you know, they have the felon, they have the chair flipping, they have the hair pulling. So I think that, you know, I'm ready for the violent franchise.
Yes, bring on the violence.
Yeah, bring it on.
I'm here for it.
You know, if you guys are excited about it, we will be covering it. And you know, if we start to like it better, you'll hear more about it. But we're definitely going to cover it.
I
So we have
guess
something to talk about.
I
you know?
expected the Jersey Shore cast when I first seen it. I wanted to see girls with a
Jersey-licious.
shit ton of extensions like JWoww. Like you remember
Oof.
when JWoww would have so many extensions, her head would be like
They were like white and mixed in with the black and like
I live
it was
for
like-
it.
It was a look.
oh, she was so what
And
a
she was
show.
so,
What a
like,
time.
Confident about it too.
Yes.
And it's
She
like
was a bad bitch.
And it made me feel like it was hot.
it was
I'm
a
like,
look.
it was.
Listen,
It was a look. Like, period.
that's what I expected. And I think seeing Jersey, I'm like, wow, this is nothing like
Well,
Jersey.
the only thing that I can, you know, hair wise, it's just that Teresa's hairline, I never know where it is. Like before, I thought she got hairline surgery because it was where a hairline should be. But they released, she's laughing. I'm dead ass serious. They
What's a
released
new
the
wig?
cast. No, they released the cast photo and her hairline is back on her forehead. So she didn't have a hairline surgery because that was literally the thing. And you can have that because I remember when Kim Kardashian lasered off her baby hairs and now she has to cut her hair and make baby hairs. But that's another conversation. So Teresa's hairline is where it's always been at the middle of her forehead and we're all good, you know. So yeah, enjoy Jersey.
A little awkward. But
Is it?
yeah.
Is it? I've been investigating this shit because
No,
a lot of people have been
On
talking
her
about it.
part.
I know I'm laughing because it's true. Because it's really I always see it in different places.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't tell if someone has photoshopped it or not. Because that was always a thing. My mom would be like, wow, she has no forehead. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. Like, I don't, wow. You can't do a face mask up there. You have to just like,
there's no area. And I'm like, I have too much. So if we could swap.
me too. Look at all this.
How does she have a headache?
Anyway, so we're gonna talk about Erica Jane now.
No.
We're gonna talk about Erica Jane. I don't know if you've been on
I
Erica
hate y'all.
Jane's. Have you been on Erica Jane's profile?
Oh yeah.
She has her clappers. I'm gonna use that word from the neighborhood talk. Her clappers out. Like her clappers are sitting in the Savage Fenty, resting peacefully as she, her court dates approach. And it's like, are you giving us your ass to kiss? Are you doing this because you need to step up the ad game to get some more money because your assets are frozen? Did you know what was going on? Like, why are you so calm, and why are you
this seems like a distraction?
She looks the best that she's ever looked. She looks like
incredible.
She looks like Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset.
Yes. I just I see all of the pictures and stuff that she's posting, and I'm like, bitch, what are you going through? And then I'm like, oh, well, I know, actually, I do know what you're going through, but it's strange behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't fucking know.
Especially with that selfie. I'm like, damn, girl, like, you look good. Like,
how do you look good? Because I would look horrible. No one would see or hear from me.
I wouldn't even be honest.
Yeah, I would have half a ponytail.
Delete my shit. You'll have the Kim Richards struggle ponytail. the sickly ponytail.
Yeah, like account deactivated. No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Blackout profile picture.
Yeah.
Enough.
She's just like, nope, nothing's happening. Should I put this on my dating profile or what? What? Dating profile, bitch, you're going to jail.
Literally. Well, maybe she's gonna. Oh my god, if she's on Love After Lockup, child.
Oh, woo! That's my shit. You know, I would
like to see that.
I would absolutely love to see that shit. I think we even said it before. Like,
I'll be her pen pal, actually.
Yeah,
I would.
Right?
Yeah.
But she'll have her place right back on. Like, she'll do a season of Love After Lockup and then go back to Beverly Hills.
And go back to Beverly Hills after Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
No, you can't go that far down. And then
I'm fine with either one, but
Brenna's gonna be like, oh hell no.
Why you sound exactly?
You think you're gonna go from Love After Lockup? Listen, sweetie, you're not gonna be on Housewives of Beverly Hills. Is she kidding me?
So you're so angry.
Her talking to her daughters. Yeah. Can you believe that?
You can believe that, Erica?
She thinks she's gonna come from Love After Lockup and come back on Housewives of Beverly Hills?
And Amelia's like, Mom, leave me alone. I'm with Scott. Care. Like, I am not a part of this franchise anymore. I'm with Scott.
And of course,
something on Hulu. Like,
we're gonna. But she will have Garcelle on her side because Garcelle's gonna be like, hey, I think it's a great idea that she's coming back.
So optimistic all the time. She really knows. She's like,
she don't give a fuck. Like, she's rich. Like, let her. Who cares? I'm Garcelle Bouvet. I'm on Coming to America.
I'm on the real.
Yes.
I'm on the real. I'm on Coming to America too. I was on the first Spider-Man, and I'm fancy, so anyone can come. But I just don't give a fuck. Just give me my money. And I'm like, I respect that. But I feel like that's also why she's not thirsty enough, because she just doesn't need the show.
You know who's been looking extra good too? Sutton. I don't know if it was just that one picture that I think
with Garcelle
and Lisa the Crowns.
I was like, Sutton. What did Sutton do to her face? Did Sutton do something to her face? Did she tighten something up?
She hanging around them girls. She hanging around them girls. She has to.
Back. Yeah, something happened.
Because it looks like that face is snatched back, like in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
I'm here for it.
So winding down, you are a Real Housewives super fan. We're just gonna say some quotes and you tell us where it's from. Then you're just gonna shout out your podcast and your social media, and we're gonna take a few minutes on the Patreon to get to know you a little bit better. Okay, does that sound good?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, so first of all. No, you're gonna.
I hate a pop quiz.
We got you. I'm gonna start with an easy one. You prostitution whore.
Well, that's from our favorites.
Our favorite.
Oh, but Teresa, sorry.
Okay. You want to go, Aaron, or should I go? I got the next one.
Go for the next one.
Okay. When do you send a little family van for 6 people?
Oh, Victoria. She was so angry. Bless her.
But I definitely understand, because why would you do that?
No, because
Okay.
somebody's always incompetent. But you can't speak to people like that when you need for them to help you with something. It doesn't work.
Literally. Okay. You are psychotic, Jesus Jugs.
Ooh, Tamra to
Ooh.
Alexis.
Okay. Take a Xanax. Calm down.
Oh, Ramona. Oh, yeah.
You're
I
so
say
good
that
at
one a
this.
lot.
Also,
I
God
say
to
that
me.
to my mom all the time.
Like, please. Like,
You're such a fucking liar, Camille.
Oh, Kyle.
Okay, yeah, for you to say you're not good at these, like you're getting everyone.
well, these are the most like iconic ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find a harder one.
No, don't.
Let me tell you something about. Let me
This
tell you
was
something
good.
about my family. We're as thick as thieves, and we protect each other till the end.
Woo! That's Caroline. That's one that my mom says all the time. Just out of nowhere for no reason.
Love your mom.
Yeah, she's a queen.
Okay, who is Adrienne Maloof in this world?
Okay, I know that's on Beverly Hills, but
Who said it?
I think no, it wasn't Rena. It was Yolanda.
Yes, yes.
I was
That was
confident
iconic,
about
though.
that one.
No, you're right.
And then we have don't be all like uncool.
Queen Lou. Yes. Definitely have that one on a t-shirt.
Dear God, please keep my wig on. Oh, that's
No.
harder.
That is harder because that could be anyone. I'm just gonna guess Nene.
Close. Kim Zolciak.
Ah!
She's like the OG. Isn't it funny that the OG of wigs on Bravo is a white woman? Like,
It's hilarious.
it's hilarious. Like, just keep that in mind.
You can't be a housewife because you don't have a husband.
Ooh, who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah, who said that?
Yep.
Okay.
Damn,
You got it.
that hurt me. Like,
Ouch. But it's not true.
I'm about to take you out back and pull some Oklahoma on your ass.
Oh God.
Who's
That was a
Oklahoma.
threat.
Who the fuck is from Oklahoma?
I'm gonna give you a hint. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is a franchise. Not on it anymore. It's a second hint.
Taylor?
Yes. Oh my God. What? You literally only got one wrong. Like out of
There we have it. Raven.
out of like 3
That's pretty
million.
hard.
You
No,
literally
you
seem
said-
so relieved.
I am. I told you I don't. My anxiety with the pop quiz. I'm like, oh no.
Listen.
Yeah. So okay, Aaron, we're gonna nix the freestyle that we have planned for the Patreon because
Yeah,
of
it's
Raven.
fine.
And I also don't want to do a freestyle. Like I did not come
Yeah, I'm not ready.
with my Minaj thinking capital.
I'm not sure.
But anyways,
I'm not sure it's right now.
literally. Okay, so we have had such a pleasure having you on the Bravo While Black podcast. Thank you for blessing us and coming and saying yes. Please tell our listeners where they can find you, even though they already know. And if you have anything coming up, you can announce that too.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. This was so much fun. Seriously, as expected. But I appreciate you for asking me. You're gonna have to come on my podcast, so y'all can look out for that.
Cool.
Bitches Better podcast everywhere you listen to your podcasts. Mainly Bravo on Instagram and Twitter. That's it.
And there we have it. The beautiful, beautiful,
The
mainly.
beautiful
I like calling her
Bravo.
mainly Bravo. Like that's your nickname. But thank you for listening, guys. Please subscribe to our Patreon, and it's patreon.com/Bravo While Black. You already follow us, but follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Bravo While Black. We will be back soon with another guest, or we might even do a solo pod because we haven't done one of those in a while, but we'll keep you updated. We love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.